Those needle teeth on your hands, the lunging at your sleeves, your ankles, the kids' trousers as they walk past, the little growl that sounds half play and half something else, and the horrible worry sitting underneath all of it. Is my sweet golden puppy actually aggressive? Take a breath. He almost certainly isn't. But here's the part nobody tells you. Most of the things owners instinctively do to stop the biting are the exact things that make it worse. If your golden won't stop, it's very likely because of something you're doing without realizing it. And that's good news because it means the fix is in your hands. Literally. We're going to go through what the biting actually is, the 3 natural reactions that quietly reward it and keep it alive, and then 6 things that genuinely work, in the order you should do them. And step 4 is the one almost no owner has ever been told, the one that can turn a wild little land shark back into a sleepy puppy in about 20 minutes. Stay with me for that one, because once you hear it, your most chaotic moments are going to make sudden, obvious sense. But first you have to understand what the biting really is, because you are not dealing with an aggressive dog, you are dealing with a mouth. Your golden retriever was bred for 200 years to carry things, to take a bird gently in his jaws and bring it back without leaving a single mark. That means your breed, more than almost any other on earth, meets the whole world through its mouth. A golden puppy doesn't have hands. His mouth is how he plays, how he investigates, how he tells you he's excited, how he grabs your attention when he's bored, and, for months on end, how he tries to soothe a jaw that is quietly rebuilding itself. So when those teeth land on your skin, it is almost never aggression. It's a baby using the only tool he was given on the nearest interesting thing in the room, which is usually you. And there's a clock running underneath all of it. Puppies get their sharp milk teeth. Then from around 3 to 4 months, those fall out and the adult teeth push through, and that can rumble on until he's 6 or 7 months old. That's months of sore, itchy, aching gums, and chewing is the only thing that brings relief. So a lot of what feels like, my puppy won't stop biting me, is really, my puppy is teething and doesn't yet know where he's allowed to put all that pressure. Hold on to that, because it changes how you should respond. Now, here's why it feels like the biting is getting worse instead of better. Think about what happens the split second those teeth touch your hand. You gasp, you snatch the hand away, fast. Maybe you squeal, push him off, or jump up with a loud no. Completely natural, every one of them. But look at it through a puppy's eyes. The hand suddenly squeaked, jerked, and darted around like a small, panicking animal. To a bored, overexcited baby retriever whose whole heritage is chasing and grabbing, you didn't punish the biting. You turned your hand into the most exciting toy in the house. The 3 things you can't help doing, the yelp, the snatch, the shove, are the exact 3 things he's playing you to make happen again. The reaction is the reward. So let's fix it, step by step. Step 1. Stop teaching him that your hands are toys. This is the one almost every owner gets backwards without noticing. Look honestly at how you play with him. Do you wrestle him with bare hands, rub his face, and let him gnaw your fingers? Wiggle your fingers to wind him up because, let's be honest, it's adorable when he's tiny and barely hurts. Every one of those tells him, in the clearest language a dog has, that human hands are for biting. You can't teach a puppy that hands are a fun chew toy during play, and then be shocked when he treats them as one the rest of the day. So the rule, from today, is simple and absolute. Hands pet, hands feed, hands guide, hands never wrestle. If you want to play rough, and Goldens love to play rough, you play through a toy. The game always travels through something he's allowed to bite, never through your skin. Step 2. Make yourself boring, not exciting. When those teeth do land, and while he's learning, they will, your whole body wants to react big. Yelp, scold, pull away, make it a drama. For a huge number of puppies, big reactions are gasoline on the fire, so flip it. The instant teeth touch skin, you go still and silent. No squeal, no telling off, no eye contact. You calmly stand, tuck your hands behind your back, turn away, and for a few seconds, become the most boring object in the house. You're teaching a clean law of nature a puppy brain can absorb. Teeth on skin makes all the fun instantly stop. Then, and this half matters just as much, the moment he's calm and the teeth are off you, the good stuff comes straight back. You, your attention, the game. You're never punishing him. You're showing him, over and over, that biting is the one move that ends the party every time, and calm is what starts it again. And if you've been yelping and pushing and shouting no for weeks with nothing to show for it, you are not failing, and he is not being stubborn or dominant. You were handed the wrong tool. If that's a relief to hear, tap the like button. It genuinely helps this reach other exhausted owners drowning in puppy teeth. And keep going, because step 4 surprised me more than anything else I've learned about this breed. Step 3, always give the teeth somewhere legal to go. Telling a teething puppy don't bite is like telling a toddler don't touch anything. The drive doesn't switch off just because you disapprove. That energy has to go somewhere, so your real job isn't to shut the mouthing down, it's to aim it. From today, you're never more than an arm's reach from a chew toy. One in each room, one in your pocket, one by the sofa. When you see that gleam start in his eye, when the zoomies are building and you can feel the mouth coming, you calmly put a toy exactly where your hand or ankle was about to be. Teeth on the toy, brilliant, warm praise, game on. Teeth on skin, boring statue, game over. Do it consistently, and you stop fighting his nature and start steering it. He learns there's a right answer to the question his mouth keeps asking, and the answer is never you. Step 4. Before anything else, check whether he's just exhausted. This is the step almost nobody tells you about, and it is quietly the most powerful thing on this list. Here's the trap nearly every loving owner falls into. The puppy is a total maniac, biting everything, ignoring your voice, over the top. So you think, logically, he has too much energy, I need to tire him out. You take him for another walk, throw the ball more, play harder, and he gets worse, snappier, wilder, more teeth. And you start to despair because the thing that should work is backfiring because he was never over-energized. He was overtired. A golden retriever puppy needs somewhere around 18 to 20 hours of sleep in every 24. Let that land. 18 to 20. And exactly like an overtired toddler who melts down into screaming right at bedtime instead of gently drifting off, an overtired puppy doesn't get calm and sleepy and soft. He gets manic, mouthy, and completely unable to control himself. That frantic, out-of-nowhere biting spell, the one that shows up like clockwork in the evening, is very often not a training problem at all. It's a 2-year-old having a meltdown because it's hours past nap time and nobody has put him to bed. So next time the biting spikes and nothing is touching it, before you reach for another correction or another walk, ask one question. When did he last actually properly sleep? Not doze near your feet with one eye open. Properly, deeply sleep. If it's been more than about an hour of being awake and busy, the answer is almost never more exercise. It's a nap. You calmly guide him into his crate or a quiet pen with a safe chew, dim the lights, lower your voice, and let him crash. Owners message me stunned that their aggressive biter was, the whole time, just a baby desperate to be put to bed who didn't know how. Guaranteed, scheduled sleep prevents more biting than every correction you'll ever give combined. And if step 4 just described your evenings to the exact hour, that nightly witching hour where he loses his mind, you'll want to send this to whoever keeps telling you to just wear the puppy out. That advice has it backwards, and their hands and ankles are paying for it. Step 5. Soothe the actual teething. Remember that clock, those months of sore, aching gums. If you don't give that discomfort somewhere to go, your skin becomes the teething ring by default. So get ahead of it and build him a little frozen toolkit. Take a clean, wet washcloth, twist it into a rope, and freeze it. The cold soothes the gums, and the texture feels wonderful on them. Freeze his rubber chew toys or a rubber toy stuffed with a bit of his wet food so it's cold and lasts. Some owners use a large, safe frozen carrot as a chilled chew. Just clear it with your own vet first, and always watch him with anything he could break a piece off. The cold does real work. It numbs the ache and brings the swelling down, so the drive to sink those teeth into something drops on its own. A puppy whose gums don't hurt has far less reason to be gnawing on you. Step 6. Teach the gentle mouth on purpose. The last piece is turning the pressure down over time, and it's the exact thing your breed was built for, a soft mouth. Puppies learn this from their litter mates. Bite too hard in a wrestle, the other pup yelps and quits, and they slowly discover how much is too much. When your puppy came home, that lesson was only half finished, and now you get to finish it. During calm play, when he takes a toy or treat softly, you keep everything flowing and gently praise that softness. The moment the mouth gets too hard, the game quietly pauses. Little by little, he learns that soft keeps the good times rolling and hard shuts them down. You're not trying to erase his mouth. You're teaching him to dial the pressure right down, so even on the day a stray tooth catches you, it's soft, controlled, and safe. That fine control is exactly what 2 centuries of breeding put into him. You're just switching it on. One more thing, quietly makes or breaks all of this. Everyone in the house has to play by the same rules. If you go calm and boring when the teeth come out, but your partner still wrestles barehanded and the kids scream and run, which, to a puppy, is the most thrilling game ever invented, he's getting different messages and he'll keep testing to find which is true today. Get everyone on the same page, and with young children especially, teach them the be a tree move. Stop, go still, tuck your hands in, stay quiet until an adult steps in. A running, shrieking, flapping child is a puppy's dream chase toy, and it's never the child's fault. It's just physics. Consistency across every person is what finally makes the lesson stick. So here's the whole thing, start to finish. Your hands are never toys. When teeth touch skin, you go still and boring and the fun stops for a few seconds. You keep a chew within reach in every room and redirect the mouth every time. You watch the clock on his sleep and put the overtired land shark down for a nap before the meltdown, not after. You soothe those aching gums with cold, so your skin isn't the teething ring. You reward the soft, gentle mouth he was born with. And you get the whole household saying the same thing. What he learns over and over is beautifully simple. Skin ends the game, toys and calm keep it going, and when I feel wild inside, that feeling just means it's time to rest. Now, one honest and important thing before you go. Everything here is about normal puppy mouthing and play biting, which looks alarming but is a completely standard phase this will carry you through. But there's a different thing to watch for, and you deserve to know the difference. If the biting comes with a hard, frozen body, a low, deliberate stare, real growling over food or a toy, or a spot on the sofa, snapping with genuine intent, or it's an older dog biting hard and meaning it, that is not this video. That is fear or resource guarding, and it deserves real, in-person help. Please talk to your vet and ask for a qualified, force-free trainer or a veterinary behaviorist. Getting knowledgeable eyes on it early is the kindest, safest thing you can do for everyone. But for the vast majority of Goldens, this is simply teeth and time. That anxious little question you've been carrying, is something wrong with my dog? The answer is almost certainly no. He's not aggressive, and you haven't been failing him on purpose. You just needed someone to tell you what those teeth were actually saying. And now you know. So tell me your puppy's name in the comments, and how old he is when the biting is at its worst. I read everyone, and it shapes what I make next. Subscribe if you want more of this, calm and practical and on your side. And go watch the video on why your Golden is so obsessed with carrying things in his mouth, because it's the same instinct sitting underneath all of this. I'll see you in the next one.